Welcome to Sadbuster Living, and welcome to today's video of a small update of our family finances. I just spent a whole week just trying to get everything prepared for a good upcoming 2022 financial year, as in I'm trying to be diligent in keeping track of everything. I'm trying to be proactive in creating budgets and systems and help keep me accountable. Today's video is just a wrap up of October. I will not be doing any kind of budgeting with you today. As of filming, it is the first week in November, and all of October's paychecks and November's plannings and all that stuff has just not been accounted for yet. But let me tell you about October. Oh my. So I've said this every year, October just ends up being our expensive month. I feel like I need a whole month's paycheck set aside just for October, which is not something I worked into our New Year's budget, but maybe I really should. It's a beautiful day outside, and we're just getting a lot of ins and outs with the sun, so lighting is going to be fun. October started out with my daughter getting tooth trauma taken care of. It is classified as tooth trauma, and I kind of talked about that in my other video. I'll leave that linked below. And it just started October off, and it just kept going. It really did. Then we had I need to like find the records I was keeping, but something before this past week even happened in there, and it was I know what it was. I could not seem to get grocery shopping simplified this month. There was just so many little things that were needed, and then we were helping families in our church with meals and whatnot, and of course that just, pretty much the total people that we were feeding would be like doubling us for a few days. And so, that doubles your grocery cost. Now, I wasn't feeding breakfast and lunch, but I was also trying to make sure that there was a little bit extra dinner for leftovers so that the husbands could take them to work, kind of like what I do with my husband. So there's all that. And then we had a catastrophe. Our bunk bed, one of the beds that we had pretty much collapsed. And we had a futon. You've seen like the decluttering and clean with me videos in my boys' room. There's a bunk bed, and then there's a full bed below, and it's a futon full bed, and it's just not very comfortable. And I know, we had to buy a mattress. Yeah, that was the other thing. I'll get back to. Let's pause the whole bed thing for a minute and go to the mattress from The Godfather. So my youngest son, we've been trying really hard to get him to sleep in his own bed, in his own room. He's 5 years old. It's time, kid. Just do it. But he's like his mama, and he's like his older brother, and he has nightmares. And he'll come charging into our room, coming into bed with us, and he just feels safe. And because I know what nightmares are like, I have dealt with nightmares my entire life. Like, you need a little bit of cuddling, I get it. But what would happen is my husband or myself would end up on his bed. And it is not a comfortable mattress at all. It's like very cheap, very thin. You feel each rail below you kind of mattress. And we were to have my sister come up, and I was like, I can't put her on this mattress, because I was going to give her that bed. I was like, I can't put her on this mattress. That would be horrible. I know she would do it. I know she would suffer through it, but we have to buy another mattress anyway for my son for this bed. For his full bed, we wanted to switch it out into 2 twin beds later on. We should just get a mattress for him, and then when we can find that bunk bed that we want, we'll have a mattress for him. So, and then, John can have his other one back, and blah, 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 blah. So we bought the mattress. So there was that. And I didn't go and get one from Walmart because I didn't know Walmart had any, and I didn't have enough time to order one from Amazon, and we were having problems of finding one that Amazon would ship to our town. Why? I don't know. I don't know if it has something to do with the fact of where we are. I don't know, but I was having some issues. So paid double what I would normally pay for a new mattress for him. Went into, my sister arrives, and apparently that day the other bed collapsed that she's supposed to sleep in. So thankfully I had her on the couch, but that was a Sunday, and because of how my work schedule is, I was like, she does not need to be woken up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is like 3 o'clock her time, because I have babysitting showing up here shortly. Like, she needs her sleep. So I was like, okay, we're going to have to get another bed. So we went and got what Walmart had. Couldn't find the stuff. And again, right now, shipping things are crazy. So we went to this other furniture shop here in town. That was a problem. There's just so many things going on. Couldn't catch a break. So we bought a mattress. Then we bought a bunk bed. Well, then I was like, well, we'll just put John's mattress back on it, the little flimsy, icky mattress, and my older son can just use that until we save up for another mattress. Well, that mattress was so terrible that it actually, when it got taken to the garage to be put somewhere safe, the kids had walked over it, and literally the mattress is like this. No joke. It's like, I'm not using that one. You gotta buy another mattress. And here we are today. It got to the point, I'm gonna be completely raw and real here. It's at the point where it's all on the credit card. There is the money in savings to pay for it. I just don't want to touch the savings, and it sounds so stupid. I know, like, why won't you touch the savings? It's there, then you're not charged the ridiculous interest. Part of me is like, but I want to feel that sting. I want to feel that sting so this doesn't happen again. Let's be real, it's not going to, because that's a waste of money, and that's just going to make it worse. But it's like, you know, not everybody has that. Not everybody has that savings that we can do this. And now our savings has dipped really low that I'm really frustrated. Really frustrated. Not only that, my husband's really stressed because our checking account was of the lowest it has been in since we got married. Like, it has dipped to, we are meeting our bills, and that's about it. And we always have a cushion there. We always have had a cushion there. And so I know these are like normal things for everyday people, but we had worked so hard to have these cushions in place so that if something drastic were to happen, we would be okay. And I guess you could say this is something drastic, but it's not the drastic we were thinking. We're thinking lost his job, medical emergency, this and that and whatever. So that has been our October. Has it been expensive? Heck yeah. Now we're going into November, and I feel like I can breathe. Maybe this means that October has passed. And that's just me knocking on wood. Moving forward. So let's talk a little bit about what I was able to earn. Trying to build up, remember we were trying to build up a $500, emergency fund. How did that go? The first half of November, I felt like I was in a really good rhythm and groove, and I have about $150 set aside. And no, I did not use that to purchase the mattress. I didn't use that to purchase anything. I was actually had this idea of holding it up for you, but I don't want to get up and go get it right now, to be honest. But I have $150 towards my $500. I also wrote down several of the things that I had done for that, and I kept records. So I sold a bullet journal cover. So there's like Chic Sparrow, if you know what it is, it's Chic Sparrow. This was Naked Cow, which was a pretty big, expensive, popular name back in the day. And I got $35 for it, minus $8 shipping, so about $25 for that. I sold some missionary stories. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong line. I paid about $4 in shipping for that and got $30 for that Naked Cow. The missionary stories, that was a set of 4 books that the Mennonites use up here, and they're really expensive online. Like, they didn't have one of the books, and I purchased it to kind of complete the set, and I pretty much just kind of got my money back on that, because when I purchased it, I purchased the first 3 books at a yard sale at a higher price, and then when I had to buy that first book, I had to, even for a used book, I think it was like $12. It was crazy. Missionary stories I sold for $25. I paid about $5 shipping. I sold a biography book lot for $20, and that took about $6 to ship. I had a box set of little, like, your first Shakespeare stories that I sold for. I've got $25 minus $5 in shipping for that. I had a set of 39 clues that I got about $10 for. I had a Good and the Beautiful book lot that we haven't gotten to it, so I sold that, and I got $30 for that, and about $6 was shipping. I also have down here, like, I shipped things to family, sister, friend, and out of the profits of all of this, I wrote what it took out. I sold a few things on our local for sale site, and I got about $20 for those. I sold about 3 things. I sold a poetry book that it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, I love it. It's like a nature poem every day. It's beautiful. We have never used it, and it's actually one of the reasons I don't pull it out is it's really big and heavy to kind of hold up and share poetry with the kids. I'm like, you know what, this isn't something I'm going to naturally gravitate towards because of how heavy it is, so it needs to go. And then I just sold some other random books, and the total earned about $88, and I'm still waiting on $40, so $120. And I have $150 in there, so I must have had another $30 of just stuff that I haven't recorded. That's kind of what happened this month, and again, $150 towards, you know, my $500. It's just stuff around the house. I opened up a little, like, store on Facebook. I don't really know what you want to call it, but it's just a little group where I'm selling my secondhand books that I was like, hey, maybe I can make a little bit of money with, and we can just, you know, have it towards building up that $500, which, to be honest, it's just going to go into braces, which brings me to answer some questions I got in the last video regarding braces. One was, does your daughter really need it? Her mouth is actually smaller than mine. Mine is very crowded. One of these teeth next to the big ones is actually pretty far back, and it's actually twisting because it just doesn't have room. Her back molars haven't come in. There is no room. So what's going to happen is it's going to happen to this. I constantly have dental issues. There's just no room in my mouth for the teeth, so they're crowded, which opens up a whole lot of cavity issues, which opens up a lot, and this is something that she deals with all the time. She deals with canker sores, and it's because what happens is you're constantly adjusting your bite to bite down properly when you're eating food. I can't tell you how many times my jaw will slip to the side because I can't bite down right. Can't tell you how many times we bite our cheeks or our lips to where there's blood, and then canker sores form. or sores, whatever you want to call them, because just of how much we have to adjust our bite. And I know she has the canker sores. I know she's constantly biting herself because she'll just, And so if I can help her not have to deal with what I'm dealing with now, I'll put her in braces. The one that she's going to have to do is going to be a little more invasive. It does mean expanding your jaw, and I'll let you research what that looks like. I talked to a gal in our church who had it done, and you know, I was like, do you have any regrets? She's like, never. I never regretted that. Just what I had to deal with, and now what I have. She's like, I don't regret it. Which, you know, I kind of feel like I would be in a similar position. I know what this is like. The other thing was her age, because she's 8. We're not getting braces this year. It will take time. And then there's a couple... Oh, and this is probably our third opinion on this, on her getting braces. The very first dentist we ever went to with the cleaning, he said, she's got a very small palate. Did you have any problems with nursing as a kid? I'm like, I had problems with nursing all of my kids because I have thrush. And he's like, well, her palate's very small. I don't remember how that affected. He's like, I wouldn't be surprised if she needs braces later. I'm like, I won't be surprised either. Then when we switched from him to the other dentist we had up until we moved here, one of the cleanings, the dentist was like, have you ever had her taken to an orthodontist to see if braces are something she'll need? I'm like, I have a feeling she's going to need to it, because already at that point they were noticing some adjustments her teeth were making to her mouth. And then when we came up here, am I jumping the gun? Maybe, but if I could have her avoid what I deal with constantly, with biting down wrong, with just a lot of this, I will do it. I will be there 110%. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I really don't know what else I can update you on. And we'll see what the final end of the year will bring. It's about time to start thinking about Christmas presents. So again, if you are new to my channel and this is like these series are your first introduction to me, go ahead and click subscribe so you can see more. I ask that if you are enjoying my content, you give it a thumbs up. That just really helps me kind of prioritize what's being filmed, edited, upload, and all that fun stuff. So thank you so much for supporting me all these years, and we'll continue on, and we will go forward, and to God be the glory, and until next time, adios.